They may leave a trail from here a half a block. Instead of just one big creek, create 25 creeks. They were used a lot during the That's what they looked like.
Still had to carry you away.
Those go inside the big one.
Yeah.
Well, that was the last bayonet battle. You see, he's pretty well bloodied up.
Instead of
Richard Reed went back to Normandy Beach to visit the cemetery. And he's in the cemetery, and this old man dropped his cane, and he went over to help him. Jen says, sir, I'm Richard Reed. But anyway, you can see the little Jeep was very versatile. They have a longer one for a Jeep ambulance.
They had an air base and we wanted to by them.
The Americans called, Yankees and go ones.
Yeah.
They were going to be tortured and the Marines were going to kill their kids.
Yeah.
Nobody in there, but all these artifacts were the fans were.
Okay, Mr. Albuquerque owns the property over there. During World War, Sergeant, and Mr. T says, I was an American prisoner of war for 24 hours, and my commanding officer apologized to me. And Mr. T's brother fought in the 442nd in Italy. Go for broke. They were all nieces, firstborn American, Japanese. And their father came from Japan. He was in the Russo-Sino War back in 1905, and the boys grew up in Wilmington. Mr. T was born in Wilmington in 1917 there. Over here, one of our friends is a collector of plates. And of course, we could say designer plates. Every organ. So he has quite a collection of little toys here in the Pearl Harbor plates. And a lot of people don't know that Ray Kroc, that brought out the brothers, was 15 years old and Walt Disney was 16 years old. They were underage veterans that served in the Army, and at the end of the war, World War I, they were ambulance drivers for the American Red Cross. And over here, you see this little ambulance on the end? That's the type of ambulance they drove. See the little one way on the end there?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
All the way over.
I know you're talking about that.
A lot of kids lied about their ages there. 14 years. One of my other classmates was shot down over the Gulf of Tonkin after flight off the carrier Riscony, which is at the bottom of the sea.
What's this? I think that's a paintball gun.
That looks exactly like hers.
I could be so wrong.
The German ones, daggers.
I've gone breaking.
There's stories behind it. Probably open and stuff. It's a flame. There's one of them.
Because if they're not actual plants, it's stuff
Back for the old newsreel, but you guys are too young.
Yeah.
But did you see these rubber boats? Maybe all the 1901 sword.
Even if it's good.
Other stuff that you say, here Mario, I brought you this and stuff like this. It's a radio from an Abrams tank, and I'll come back later and tell you what. I never see him again.
Yeah.
From Santa Monica up there.
Yeah.
You're taking 4 money because you're Mormon. What do you mean Mormon don't remember? husband with the Mormon battalion that brought out a lot of people. You know, a lot of the Mormon battalion.
Nobody ever asked me that question before.
And later, a lot of people settled and come on out. Anyway, that's the local.
I know the security's something.
And you know, you always hear. Here, give me your hand. You always hear the people here. They say about the morons, the Mormon jokes. You hear about the little moron that was smoking a cigarette and he was up on the cliff and he threw the wrong bug off. But you know, I remember we were studying trees in junior high school. Down the street here,
You know what? I don't
the
know.
original Mormon temple. And
See, everything just says S. Probably in here somewhere.
down by the moron
I don't know if you have
church
time
with
to
the
read
big
it. Check it.
Walnut tree.
To honor San Bernardino veterans.
I looked around and I hope
To be on this wall, you had to go to war
you
from
look
San
at the patches
Bernardino.
over there.
So everybody you see on this wall was from here. These two guys
Anyway, there's a lot
are
of
James's
Mormon
brothers.
We had the
On this
the
side
one we
is
had
my
the-
family,
the Mormon
my
troop,
wife's
and we ended
family,
up here to Glen
and
Helen.
all the rest are San
They
Bernardino
came out
guys.
with
Some I've known from over the years because I lived in San Bernardino most of my life. So that's what those
Fort
are.
Irwin, they have black horses.
Were you in the army?
Yeah, I was in the Army in 1964 and 65.
They were the
I was a little bit
Army
early
detail.
for Vietnam,
And
so when I went in, they weren't sending troops to Vietnam.
20-some wagons
They were sending us
started out. I
to
think they
everywhere
ended up
else.
being about
Germany,
10. The one wagon had wheels on it. I mean,
South
rubber tires.
America.
The
I ended up in
wagon.
South Korea
And it took
on
them
the
a number of days to
demilitarized
get
zone.
there.
What you're reading about now?
You know, they had all the
I used to
logistics
patrol
and
that
everything
line.
with there.
Day and
Out there
night,
in
this
Glen
was
Helen,
our
of course,
job.
we
For
have our-
13
the
months, I
Mormons, they just
stayed.
stayed too long, but they
Then when I got back,
out here where our courthouse is where
I
we
missed
built-
Vietnam by a
built
couple of weeks.
the fort.
But, like I tell everybody, I was
Out here on
20
the
years
courthouse,
old.
the Mormons had
I
posted
just
here for
13
a
months
few
in
years
Korea. I wasn't
before
going to
Reagan
volunteer to go back.
A lot of them
I
stayed.
wanted to come home.
You know, Latter-day
And stay
Saints,
home.
you got the division there.
You know,
When I
everybody,
was
why
in
didn't you go
Vietnam,
out?
we
But
had
that was
a-
the reason I didn't go
A
back.
bishop there, Mormon, come out to
James
visit. My
did
front
one
sheet
tour
was
in
Mormon.
Vietnam,
And I
but
said,
he
"Oh,
was
yes,
a
we got lot of
20-year
LSDs
Navy
here."
man.
What?
So he did one, the first,
Additional
during the
wrong.
Korean War, he
You
didn't
know,
go to
LSD,
Korea.
not
But during
LSD.
Vietnam, he
said,
did
"What
go to
did you say
Vietnam and
here?"
did one tour
Anyway,
with the Marines
thanks for
as a
listening.
medic.
Have a good trip here.
And
You'll
then
have
the
to be
other
with you,
gentleman that helps me on Sunday,
the
his
bishop
Air
was out
Force
here,
stuff on
I
the
mean,
other
the
side
temple's
here.
out here, brother.
He did 27 years
I
in the
guess
Air
they let
Force, and he did one
people
tour
on the
in
ground,
Vietnam.
but not in the temple.
But yeah, I'm the only one
Beekeeper,
that
we
didn't
had the
go to
Miller
Vietnam.
Honey Company. They were 7 brothers, all beekeepers. And
Why did he?
they,
The name. Was there a name?
I guess kind of like a Secret Service deal there.
Is that what it was? Yeah. They just asked me. You know what?
Yeah,
Nobody
but
ever
I
asked me
gotta
that
look that
question
up there.
before. I never know what the answer
But
is.
anyway,
Something to look
the
for.
Miller-
I'll find out
there were
next time
7
you're in
Miller
town.
brothers, they had the Miller
I'll
Honey
ask
Company.
somebody and I'll find out what it meant. It is in Iraq and Afghanistan.
We have a
That's
Lincoln
half of
Memorial
a Jeep
over here in
radio.
Redlands here. We have a
And you know when you're in combat and the tanks, well, you can't stick your head out to see what's going on, right? So what they use these periscopes in the tanks
Thanks for coming.
during battle. When you can't look out, things are on the tank, and then the tank commander can see what's going on around him without sticking his head up and getting shot. That thing behind it, it's some kind of recording device. I've had that since I opened the museum, and nobody's ever come in and told me what it is. I've asked a lot of people, nobody knows what